The Biden administration is pushing Americans to transition to electrical vehicles. And while they claim cars can drive clean, the process to assemble those cars, not so clean.
And power them. So let's go off the wall to learn about the real cost of the electric vehicle revolution. So, Will, we know Joe's pushing it. There he is with his mask on in the electric car in that previous slot. But if you're going to create the batteries that power these cars, and by the way, it's not just cars. What about our trucking industry? What about our truckers that move everything across our country? You need critical minerals. Here's the problem, Will. A lot of them don't come from the United States.
Yeah, we can go through some of the critical minerals that are necessary to make EV batteries and just show you where the primary production is around the world. Lithium, Australia. Now, the key is, on many of these as we go through, as you look at manganese in South Africa, is the U.S. is not one of the world's leading producers of many of these rare earth materials.
That's exactly right. With lithium, they have one production operation in the United States, zero in the United States. If you look at nickel, there's one mine operating producing a nickel concentrate in the United States of America. Think of how massive a geographic area we have, as opposed to Indonesia, which has the most production capacity.
Graphite, we talk a lot about China's role in the world and how much they dominate the EV market. Part of it is because of what they have at home. Look at what they can bring in when it comes to graphite and then cobalt.
And then there's cobalt. The Congo has the highest level of production there. We're going to dive a little bit into the Congo as well, where China's making a big play. Again, only one domestic mining operation. So if you have one vulnerability, you have almost all of those vulnerabilities because you need these components to create the batteries. We don't have just one, we have a ton of them.
You bring up Congo. Now, Congo, as you just pointed out, is the leader in several of these materials that are necessary. They have around 2/3 of the world's cobalt, which we just showed you. They're also part of the greater African domination of copper.
And, you've got the geopolitical concerns over why this is significant, because China is working so hard to take more and more control over what goes on in the Congo. But then you have the human rights concerns, the reality of a form of modern-day slave labor where you have young local kids being exploited. And basically, in a lot of these scenarios, the decision is, do I go to school, learn more, empower myself, or do I work in a really dangerous, dirty mine in order to feed my family? And these big companies, they've got plenty of labor. They say, take your choice.
So it reveals the conflicting priorities or the inherent hypocrisy in, on one hand, saying we want to make the world better for human rights, but at the same time we want electrical vehicles. Or we want to make the world better for climate change and the environment, but we also want electrical vehicles. Because look at this, what's happening in Africa. It's not just the human rights abuses, it's also what happens to farmland, to actually the environment. Mm-hmm. When you spend so much time looking for things like bauxite, which is used to make aluminum, a replacement for the metal in most of our cars.
That's right, because if you want a battery to power your car, steel is much heavier, so you switch to aluminum. You got to have those products in order to do it, and they're tough to get at. So mining companies are acquiring hundreds of square miles for operations, and Will, to your point, it's almost this idea of, if we're going to save the environment,
got to destroy the environment.
We have to destroy the environment at the same time. So there's a study out there showing that more than 200,000 acres of farmland will be destroyed in Guinea in order to mine bauxite.
So look,
who knew?
Environment and human rights abuses. At the same time, you are making this push for electrical vehicles. Then there's the national security implications. What have you done when you empower those that actually have those rare earth materials? The United States of America is one of the world's leaders in fossil fuels. That's the source of our independence. That's the source of our strength. So if we shift to this electrical model, who benefits? Who has the resources? Who has the world's power? Well, the answer you're not going to like.
Yeah.
It's China.
China does. GWH is gigawatt hours, I think of Doc from Back to the Future. Gigawatt. 77% of it is created in China. Fast forward, if you're just looking in a glimpse into the future, speaking of the future a bit, that doesn't change all that much. They're still at the top of that pyramid. The United States at 10%, a few other countries in there as well. But that means they've got the market cornered on what we're obsessed with, which is electric vehicles.
Yeah, and that's because not only do they have some of these materials at home, but it's because they've already got out there in the world, they've gotten to South America, they've gotten into Africa, and they have set up the relationships to bring those materials to China to make the EVs that we now not want, but are compelled by the government to buy.
And ironically, we're subsidizing so much of this push for EV by giving credits and others for certain types of vehicles. So it's taxpayer dollars that are going to support the ability for China to corner that market. So we talk about this electric vehicle a little bit, and we've got a graphic as well that shows the types of components. So if you look over here, an all-electric vehicle, we talked about cobalt, that's the battery. See the bottom floor of the vehicle there? The battery's no longer in the front powering the engine or other components of the car. It's in the bottom.
Yeah, take a look. That's the car, everything that's going into it, and where these materials go into it. You can see, as Pete pointed out, the battery. You can see the portions of the vehicle made from aluminum, which is we talked about bauxite that comes from places in Africa. And then you can see the dependence upon copper when it comes to the other elements in the electric traction motor. So the entire EV vehicle, there you have it, from the materials in Africa to the power in China, and what it means if you want to go green for America.
If you want to go green, and maybe you're not even going green at all. And what happens if you want to take that road trip across the country? Maybe not in one of Joe's vehicles, but your family vehicle. You still don't know where you plug it in or how you make it happen.
Right.
All right, Rachel, over to you.
Excellent stuff, guys. I do not want a vehicle that makes my country more dependent on China. Wow, good stuff. Thanks, guys.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.